Hello and welcome to a new episode of Some Connects Virtually.
This week, we are chatting with members of the Community Service Executive Board, Owen Schweitzer, Campbell Kelly, Kylie O'Hara, and Ava Buffalino, about the work the Community Service Club has been doing this fall trimester.
We hope you enjoy. Thank you all so much for joining us today to talk about the Community Service Club. Can you each introduce yourselves and share how you became involved with the club? We can start with Ava.
Okay, so I'm Ava Buffalino, a senior, and I've been on the Community Service Board for the past 3 years. I wanted to join the board out of my love for community service.
Great. How about
Kylie,
Kylie?
you want to go next?
Sure, I'm Kylie O'Hara and I'm a senior. I started on the Community Service Board during my sophomore year, and I joined just because I've always had a really big passion for community service and I just wanted to be part of something, like this at my school.
And Campbell.
My name is Campbell Kelly, and I'm a senior. In my sophomore year here at SEM, I applied to be on the Community Service Board. So, sophomore and going into junior year is when I got on it. And I also just really had a big passion for community service and giving back to others, and that's what it's all about. So, that's why I'm here.
And Owen.
Hi, I'm Owen Schweitzer. I'm a junior. I also joined my sophomore year after doing a Toys for Tots drive, and that's really when I realized how much I enjoy giving back to the community and just this rewarding feeling after helping other people.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Once again, thank you all for joining us. Ava, we'll start with you. Can you tell us about the work the club did last year or years prior before the pandemic hit?
Yes, definitely. So before the pandemic hit, the Community Service Board was really hard at work. So the first event that we helped out with was the Day of Service, and that's coordinated by Ms. Rosini. Ms. Rosini is one of our 3 faculty advisors. Mr. Harvey and Mrs. Bartron are the other 2. And the Day of Service is essentially a day dedicated solely to giving back to our community. Faculty, teachers, upper and lower school students are all involved in this day. And I'm sure a lot of people were able to follow along on the SEM Facebook page. But besides from that event, myself and the rest of the board have planned numerous events throughout the school year of last year. So I ran 2 events. This was right before winter break. And the first event was going to the Weinberg Food Bank. We packed over 360 boxes, and these were for senior citizens. And the second event I planned was a trip to the Montessori school. So this was throughout the school day. A group of students and I headed over to the school just to help out students and teachers throughout the classroom wherever help was needed. And I'm proud to say both of these events were really well attended. And then lastly, 2 other events that we did right before we went virtual was the Angel Tree Project, which is led by Kylie. And this is a holiday project where some students sign up for holiday gifts, and we gift them to the less fortunate kids in the community. And then lastly is the Toys for Tots, which is also run by Owen Schweitzer. It's a charity that's run through the United States Marine Corps. And this also is similar to the Angel Tree Project, which is giving gifts to less fortunate kids. So as you can tell, we were extremely busy throughout the school year, as we are this year, regardless of the pandemic we're currently in.
It's wonderful. I remember participating in Toys for Tots when I was a student. So it's really nice that you as students now are keeping that tradition alive of keeping it going and having some participate. Kylie, when the school closed, was the club still able to meet and come up with ideas for when school would reopen? And was there anything you were able to do while we were closed? Were there opportunities to participate in community service?
Yes, so it was a pretty difficult start, as it was for pretty much every other club at the beginning, just trying to navigate the new virtual world. But the Community Service Club was pretty quick to start communicating through email and Zoom meetings, and even just texting each other just to try to figure out, this whole new world, because pretty much all of our projects were always in person because we never really had to think about, anything virtual like that. So we had to start thinking outside of the box for new ideas. And of course, we kind of had to keep our typical things on the back burner, so when we could come back, we would get right on those. But we wanted to help our community being virtual just because we just saw the need in our community. It was a really difficult time for everyone in the spring. So we came up with a couple of things. I think the biggest, I would say, was thank you notes, just simple things like that to send to people on the front lines. So our healthcare workers, especially, we sent to some alumni that are now in the healthcare field, as well as doctors and things like that that are directly involved with our STEM community, and police department, fire department, nursing homes, stuff like that. And then also like the virtual 3Ks and 5Ks, we were doing some stuff like that. But that was pretty much the things that we came up with, and we're even continuing them now. Even though some people can be in person, we recognize that a lot can't be. So it's just a nice way to keep that going, because even though our community is in person, not every community is.
Right. That's awesome. You guys were able to still do so much while in, quarantine. And I love that you guys sent letters to the frontline workers. I'm sure they really enjoyed that because that was the most difficult time for them. So that's great. So Owen, what projects has the club completed this fall, and are they open to the whole student body?
Yeah, okay. So this last weekend, we actually had a pretty full schedule in terms of community service opportunities. So on Saturday, I was leading a camp cleanup at Camp Orchard Hill, and we just picked up some leaves and helped clean up their camp since they've been doing a lot of things. And then we also had the opportunity on Sunday to help clean up our campus, just because our maintenance staff has been doing so much in terms of setting up everything our school needs to keep social distancing in place and helping out our school. They've gotten behind on some work. So it was really nice to see some students go out and help clean up our campus. So we've had 2 campus cleanup opportunities, and we also had a chance to work with Operation Gratitude, where we make some cards and send them out to veterans. And I think they go to some local nursing homes for those veterans. And Kylie's doing the angel tag or in the angel tree drive this year again, which is a great chance of like a seasonal opportunity. And everything we do is open to the whole school. And you usually just send out a sign up, and it's just great to see students and faculty helping out.
Yeah, I saw pictures on Facebook of the campus cleanup, and it looked like you guys got a really, really good turnout. So that's awesome, especially if
Yeah.
we all know the maintenance staff is working so hard right now
Mhm.
in a really difficult time.
Campbell, what are the plans for the rest of the school year? Are you planning ahead for a full winter and spring? And what can the student body expect?
As far as we know, the Community Service Board is continuing to make opportunities that respect COVID guidelines. And of course, we want to take all the precautions, but we still really want to give back to our community. So currently, we have representatives that are working closely with the Al Beach Food Pantry, which is across the street from SEM. And what we are doing there is we're packing bags to help with the Christmas distribution. And we also have an upcoming community service weekend that we are working on more and more projects because, like Owen said, the last weekend went really well. So we are working on another weekend. And Kylie, she is working on the Angel Tree project. So now would be a good time for her to talk about that because she's doing a great job of combining different aspects of community service to make it so that everybody can help out.
Thanks for that little shout out, Campbell. So that is something that is going on right now that usually we don't start until a little bit later, like after the fall break. So I'm really happy to get a head start on that. And I'm actually a virtual student, so I'm so thankful that I got to come on campus this weekend and just help out a little bit with that. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit more effort to with that disconnection of not being there. There's a little bit more work that goes on behind the scenes now with keeping track of tags and everything like that. But it's a really great opportunity for everyone on campus to just help out a little bit. And along with the Angel Tree, I mean, there's other things that we're looking forward to for especially like the Christmas season, just to give back. So that way, if people can't commit to getting an angel tree tag and, you know, committing to that, there's other things that people can do to feel like they're contributing. Because I feel like that's something that we all need right now, is just to find something, even no matter how small, just something that we could do to contribute.
Thank you, Kylie. And also, one of the themes that the Community Service Board is focusing on this year is making sure that everybody can give back. We know that COVID has hit a lot of families very hard, both emotionally and financially. So we want to give people the opportunity to give back in any way they can. And we are also looking to make this a very inclusive community service opportunity. So in the near future, we are going to start pushing out more virtual options about maybe making cards. And actually last weekend, we all made cards for our virtual students and they were sent out today. So all of our virtual students at SEM will get a handwritten card. And we just really want to find ways to stay active and engaged with our local and global international community within SEM.
That's great.
That's awesome. I also think in this time of giving back, like this club is going above and beyond to do that. So it's really nice to see that you have so many opportunities for everybody to get involved, virtual or in person. I mean, that's even better.
Yes. I'm sure the school and the community is really grateful for you guys. And we're very grateful that you've joined us today and given us a little more insight into your club.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for having us.
You.